Hello ladies and gentlemen, CYBORG here and welcome to yet another how to refactor video. This is the series where we talk about how to make changes to characters to make them better and more viable. Today, due to popular requests, a lot of people wanted to see this for some reason, though I can kind of understand, is to talk about how to rework the Teen Titans team. Because as you know, or may know, Raven at some point was a member of the Teen Titans. And we have some characters in the game that on one hand are or were members of the Teen Titans, and on the other hand could really use a rework. Those are STARFIRE and NIGHTWING. And yes, like Blameless Robin would need a rework more than Nightwing, but Nightwing is the Robin that was a member of the Teen Titans team. Blameless Robin was not a member of that. It's different Robins, okay? And we got Starfire, and we're going to also talk about Unbreakable Cyborg. We're going to pretty much talk about those three characters and what changes could we make for them to have synergy in between them, buff each other, and maybe buff Raven eventually. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start this one off with Nightwing. And yet again, we're going to try to make minimal changes and pretty much stay with the same character idea that they had in mind when implementing him, but making him a little bit better and more viable. So yeah, let's get over it. First of all, we got the passive, which is generating some power while blocking. This is not a terrible passive, like I don't find it the most useful passive in the game, but at the same time I see how this could work. So we can keep this one, but make it apply to the whole, let's say, Teen Titans team that we're going to use. And then further on, we're going to add him a secondary passive, which will come into play when we talk about his abilities, which is going to be the fact that he is not going to lose the combo after using an ability. So let's say you're going to build some combo, you're at 40 hits combo, you're going to use the special tree, that's going to benefit from the combo that you have already, but at the same time you're going to stay at 40 hits combo until of course you get hit afterwards, so you do not lose the combo when using an ability, because we're going to make him kind of a buff combo builder for the Teen Titans team. At the same time, we're going to do a little bit of a change into stats. Right now he has just 2 fast attack hits, which means that when he triggers a fast attack, he's going to hit 2 times. We're going to increase this at 3 fast attack hits, like most Flash characters have, like Heartbreak Harley Quinn have, to make him a more viable combo builder. Now, getting back into his abilities, the Ground Blasting is going to give him power drain on attacks and swipes. Again, not a bad ability, just extend it to the whole Teen Titans team. Make it apply to every single character, and at the same time the duration of it does not increase as you increase the level of it, so 6 seconds is kind of trash. So let's increase that to 15 seconds. Next up, we're going to have Staff Spin. This is going to give you crit chance boost on basic attacks and swipe attacks for 10 seconds. And that's again a very small duration, and it's kind of a crap buff since it only applies to basic attacks. So what we're going to do with this one? We're going to make it so the crit chance does apply to pretty much everything. And also it applies to the whole Teen Titans team. And it's going to last for 10 seconds plus 0.5 seconds for every single time that you do not crit. So you got a 75% chance to crit, that's a maximum. We're not going to get this over the maximum limit, but at the same time, each time you do not crit, the duration of this is going to be extended, so that in a way, instead of getting punished for bad RNG, you're going to get rewarded for bad RNG. And if you're unlucky enough to not crit enough times, you're going to pretty much actually be a little bit better off, because you don't need to tag him in again to use this ability again. Yet again, keep in mind that we said that in the passive that he's not going to lose any combos, so that's going to tie pretty much into this as well. You tag him in, you use this, and then you're going to still have full amount of combo to tag another character and deal some damage. Next up, we're going to have Flying Kick, and yet again, there would be a possibility of giving the stun chance on basic attacks for the whole Teen Titans team, and this is not a great thing, necessarily, but we can make it better. Like, we can tone it down to a 50% stun chance on basic attacks, increase it to 10 seconds, and at the same time make it so that it works on bosses in Raids and Soul Raids. So on each basic attack, you'll have a 50% chance to stun the boss for an amount of 10 seconds after using this ability. So yeah, this is pretty much it for Nightwing. I think this could make him a pretty viable combo builder in the way that you're going to tag him in. Use a special to get the maximum crit chance that you require. He's also going to build combo pretty fast because he's going to have 3 fast attack hits. And then tagging your damage dealer on the full combo to deal a huge amount of damage. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we got over here Unbreakable Cyborg, and he's got pretty much a passive that revives him. Which is kind of trash, because you can be careful so your characters don't die, but we can keep this and make it a little bit more interactive. This is going to revive a character that dies just once, but it can be any of the Teen Titans team members. So it's gonna work just once, but on the first Teen Titans member that dies. Furthermore, after revival, the Teen Titans member that is revived will take 100% more damage, so anything that comes its way is going to deal double damage, but at the same time it will deal 50% increased damage on everything pretty much. So this way it's going to encourage a risky playstyle where you actually let your damage dealer die, which most likely will be Raven, if we tend to put her in this team. Again, hypothetically speaking. So you're going to let your damage dealer die. After revival, your damage dealer is going to revive with a little amount of health and at the same time take far more damage than previously, but it's going to deal more damage. So this is kind of a high risk, high reward gameplay that I would like to see. It's kind of how All Blades works in that regard. Next up we have the first special. This is going to power drain some bars of power from the enemy and deal some damage. My main problem with this ability is that it's a very small area of effect and it's unreliable. And how I would make this work better is so that it also locks the enemy in place while it's happening and the enemy is forced to take the full duration of it, like how it works with the Black Lightning's lightning cage. Next up we're going to have Sonic Blast. This is an ability that will have a 50% chance to stun. Against it's kind of trash. First of all, we're going to give it a guarantee. I mean, it's going to have a higher percentage chance to stun as you level it up, obviously. But we're going to give it a guarantee to stun, and furthermore, a 50% chance to stun an enemy raid boss. And furthermore, if it stuns an enemy raid boss, it's also going to reduce the defense by 50% while the stun is active. And we have the last ability, which is Total Meltdown. First of all, we're going to give Armor Pierce on this ability. And since it's a missile fire, what we can do about this one is to give it another passive that this has a 50% chance to trigger every time a Justice League teammate uses an ability and our boy Unbreakable Cyborg is going to be tagged out. Kinda how the Suicide Squad Deadshot Special 1 works. Only this one it will be a special 3, it will be armor piercing, and hopefully it will deal some pretty decent damage, and it will pretty much fire some missiles out of the battle into the enemy. And maybe further adding to the damage. So yeah, as you can see over here, we went with Unbreakable Cyborg for the most part as a full support role. He could fill the role of a tank, but we got STARFIRE for that. So with all that out of the way, I don't think I would want anything more added to Cyborg. I mean, they could add also the passive of Silver Cyborg, but that's just overkill at this point. So yeah, let's move on to STARFIRE. So again, hypothetically speaking, you are going to have the Raven as the damage dealer for Raisin Soroids anyway, and we already have the ideal team for that being Cyborg and Robin, because they're going to boost her in terms of that. So we're going to focus STARFIRE just the way she is now, just in the direction that she is now, focused towards dealing, just being very tanky and making the team tanky as well. First of all, we got Energy Absorption, which pretty much going to heal her up for each power bar used by the enemy. And we're going to make it so that while she... first of all, we're going to increase the percentage to 10%, so that we really go overboard with this one. The only problem with that would be rip the people fighting this in Arena and Champions Arena. So if you want to regard that, then keep it to 5%. And at the same time, while she is in the fight for... and she has full health, or not even full health, but every time she regenerates, each amount that is going to go over her maximum amount of health. So let's say she is missing 5k health and she should regenerate 10k health. She will regenerate 5k health until she's max health, and the rest of the health will be split equally amongst the other Just League team teammates that are tagged out. So that way she can pretty much fill the role of healer, at the same time healing for herself and healing her team in the process. Now we got Burning Desire. Burning, that does say anything about it? Yeah, we're going to add the burn on this one. Burning effects, if you're unaware, are going to reduce the defense of the enemy by 50%. And this burning will last for, let's say, 10 seconds. But at the same time, let's go with 0.2 furthermore seconds will be added each time the enemy that's afflicted by burn. Or 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, it doesn't really matter in terms of balancing on this one. Making it very, very balanced is not necessarily my job. But yeah, this will be extended each time the Teen Titans team will trigger a fast attack hit on it. Next up, we got Stardust. There is going to release a moving orb that's going to knock the enemy down or away or whatever. Okay, so we're going to do this the following way. Again, making it interesting in terms of Arena and Champions Arena gameplay. If the enemy is blocking this, the enemy is going to get tagged out. If the enemy is not going to block this and is going to take a full hit from it, the enemy is going to be stunned for 5 seconds, and while he's stunned during those specific 5 seconds, he's going to receive 50% more damage. We're not going to make this available for Raids and Roy's boss usage, because that would make Hybrid Harlequin pretty broken. But yeah. And the last one is going to be Temerian Charge, which is going to deal some damage and some dot damage on top. First of all, increase that dot damage a bit because the damage is pitiful, and furthermore, make it deal 4 times the dot damage if the enemy is afflicted by burn. Furthermore, all the dot damage that's going to go on the enemy is going to heal the whole Teen Titans team, including herself, with an amount of 10% of the total damage dealt. So yeah, we're focusing on her being more of an Arena and Champions Arena character because we already established the Soul Raids and Raids team through the other 2 ones. So yeah, this was it for Starfire. Okay, so this was it for the how to rework the Teen Titans team. Again, we're missing a few Teen Titans characters. If you're talking about just the original Teen Titans, we're just missing Beast Boy after they add Raven. There's arguments to be made about other characters if you're talking about other iterations of it. But yeah, and again, I know Blade Master Robin would use more rework than Nightwing, but Blade Master Robin is the wrong Robin. Blade Master Robin was never in the Teen Titans. But yeah, maybe I'm too picky. But yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments. Hope you did enjoy this, and if you did, please do like, subscribe, and share. And again, this is just interesting ideas that would be nice if they got implemented. And if they did rework those 3 gold characters, it would be a far better way to introduce hard to get legendary characters, because you would be like, oh look, at the very least they made better some characters that everybody has. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!